So this is MMZ number 6. This is our 6th podcast. It's been like a month since the last one, but with like school finishing and then homework and then everything, you went camping, some things like that happened. I was away and all this stuff. Doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does. We're sorry, but like we're back. We'll try to do one a week.
Try to, yeah.
And we'll go from there. I had a lot of notes from a while ago. A lot of stuff has happened, but some of it's, I guess, kind of old now, and most people know about it, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but we still have like 4 pages of notes that we can sort through. So, are we going to do 2 today and then have one boxing / UFC and the other one regular news? Yeah.
We could.
Yeah, I think we've torn. Yeah, we should.
Alright, we'll do that then.
Okay. So this one is... I've listed, like, our 4th one was a boxing one, so I wrote boxing MMZ beside the title, so you know which one's a boxing one or what just a normal podcast. So this is our boxing one, and we'll just get into boxing / UFC, like fighting, martial arts. So, before we're going to talk about Mayweather versus Paul...
We didn't cover that yet?
Yeah, it's bad. We can just go over it. So, obviously that happened. We bought the fight. And then I bought it, and then he came over and watched it.
I paid for a little bit of it.
Yeah, of course. And
sorry.
There was 4 fights?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about it just happens. There's 4 fights. The undercards were... We think about the undercards first, because do I even remember them at this point? I remember there's one guy. Yeah, that one guy... Hud, whatever his name was, something like that. That one was actually really fun to watch. Like, that was like something you would honestly pay separate for. Mm-hmm. So that fight was really good. I can't remember who won at this point, but the other 2 were like, there was one that was decent, the other one was just trash. But then when it came to Mayweather Paul, so everyone already knows that Logan Paul, I guess, went the whole 8 rounds. Did you see that clip of where he punched him and Logan kind of fell on him?
Yeah, I did.
And they thought he knocked him. They saying he knocked him out, and he's like holding him back up. And then Logan Paul immediately went on Instagram and was like, "No, that's not what happened. Like, you guys are just trying to like, like undermine me for like, fighting the best boxer in the world and not like getting clapped,
It doesn't look like it.
It does, dude. When you see that clip in slow-mo, it's kind of like boom, and you see his face just kind of. It looks like it like shuts off. And he goes.
And then he literally falls over, and then Mayweather literally kind of grabs him and puts him on his shoulder.
So I don't know if I think he was trying to do it either to uppercut him or...
It's hard. It's a hard clip to...
Because he has to defend himself and say that. So, like, I kind of trust him that he didn't get knocked down because he's such a big guy, and they were doing 12-ounce gloves. It wasn't 10. So it is harder, but it's Mayweather, but also he's such a big body that it's still, like, a lot more force to knock him out. But when you get knocked out, normally in every boxing fight, you don't see them wake up within like 4 seconds.
Yeah, you do.
And that's getting knocked out.
A lot of time they'll go on the floor, and then they'll be like on the ground.
Yeah,
but they'll have their eyes open.
But then they'll be like mad dizzy. Yeah. But like when he fell on him, after like 5 seconds when he was up, he was kind of back at it. Like he was kind of, it seemed he was mostly conscious, so it will always be speculation. But there's always going to be something that they say to make a fighter seem... like for every fight, but it was still a good fight. I don't think Mayweather was kind of at his best, obviously because he's older. Was he trying that hard? Maybe, but like he was getting tired in the later rounds, and he was like, it's so hard to jab him because his reach is so much shorter. Like it makes sense. So
the thing
it's still for a guy though. You still got to give credit to Logan because like for a guy who's had 1 pro fight, 1 amateur I think, but 1 pro fight against KSI. And lost, and then he fights the best boxer, pretty much arguably the best boxer in the world ever known, and doesn't get booty clapped, even though he's mad big. That's still a big achievement.
I mean, then again, the guy's 30 years older than him, or 20?
No, he's 18 years older.
Still, he's
and then like 35 pounds, 35 pounds lighter. Yeah, he's in his prime. He's the best shape of his life, but...
And then Mayweather not either of them, and then he still loses. Like, come on. But he just didn't...
Mayweather, if that was an actual...
skills.
Of course, they didn't do... That was stupid. They should have done...
Judges.
But Logan wanted to, I think, but Mayweather didn't because if something happened like that, and even though he would have won that, like that was obvious that he landed more punches. He had way better performance. He would have won. I don't think he wanted to risk the career path. So look, it's like, oh, you're such a wimp. But
yeah,
I mean, you can't really blame him for a guy who's literally 35 pounds less heavy than you. But 3 days before that fight, I think it was, Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley was announced for August 28th.
I'm excited for that. 5
times UFC, I don't know, heavyweight champion, I think it was. Tyrone he's a big guy.
There is no way he's going to win. There's no way Jake Paul can win
Guess who's training him?
Who?
Mayweather.
Tyrone Woodley?
Yes, he literally announced it. He's training. Mayweather's training him. So before I was like, okay, Jake's got 3, I guess, pro fights, even though they're kind of dinky, that he's won. Fights. So he's got more boxing. This other guy's way stronger, way bigger, and has, probably like 3 years less experience, but he's still got fighting experience, way more years than Jake, and now he's being trained by the best boxer in the world.
There's no way.
So if he wasn't, I would give him some hope. But right now, getting trained by Mayweather, it's still, it's August 28th, so we're still a month, 20 days, right? Away, practically.
Are they doing judges?
I think so.
Actually?
I think it's it's not an exhibition because it's not towards a career. Like, it's his debut because it's his first one, right? So.
Okay.
Jake, buddy.
Jake's done. There's no way.
He also is like not as built. Like he doesn't even have like a 6 pack. Tyrone's huge. So ripped. Tyrone getting a jab is gonna be like, he'd be like, don't even look at me. But like Jake getting obviously collabed by this man who's like so strong.
There's no way. He's done.
Even if he's not a boxer, Jake would have to land like the nicest right hook because he has a nice right hook, but he have to land like the nicest right hook.
Some skills from UFC will transfer over to boxing. That's the thing. You just can't use your legs. That's basically the advantage.
But Tyrone's lost his last 3 fights, I think. His last 3 UFC fights.
He's older though.
I don't know what happened there. I'm trying to see his age, but why would?
I think he's also older. I don't know why they're fighting the classic boxers.
Tyrone.
I think he's older, which again,
he's 39. Okay, so Jake's,
so he's not quite
20,
in his prime.
Jake's like 23.
So he's not quite in his prime. Jake's in his prime.
Actually, prime for UFC though is like 34.
Is it?
Yeah. It's older. I don't know. That's just what Joe Rogan was saying. So, but that's like a 16-year difference. That's almost the same as Mayweather, but he's still way bigger.
But still, yeah. And Tyrone Woodley. I mean, the people have lost against probably like actual fighters.
Yeah, and he has way more years of experience, like probably over 10 more than Jake, probably even more. Actually, Tyrone might have been fighting since he was like 5, like one of those kind of guys. Like he could have like 35 years of like built up experience, and just year by year, it's like compound interest. Like you're just getting way better. So it'll be interesting. What is your prediction? Because I think we both think Jake's going to get knocked out. I mean, they always says, oh, you doubt me, and then he wins. But those aren't fighters compared to this guy.
Yeah, no, this guy's an actual fighter.
Heavyweight, not some freaking featherweight division. This is heavyweight 5 times. Like, holy, let me check out this guy's guy, Bag of milk guy. That's funny. Yeah, okay. What is your prediction? What round?
Prediction, how many rounds are they doing?
Yeah.
How many rounds are they doing?
Welterweight. 8? Is welterweight below heavy?
That's way below heavy.
Oh, really?
Or I think it is, yeah. Pretty sure it's like really light.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe I'm tripping. My bad. Hold up. No, welterweight is below middleweight, so 155 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's pretty light, actually.
Oh, yeah. There's middle, light, and heavy.
How heavy is Tyrone Woodley?
Well, he's probably right now, he's 170. He's probably has to cut. I don't know what they're fighting at, though, because Jake's not 155.
They're fighting at welterweight?
No, he's a 5 times welterweight champion. But I think they'll probably fight at like 170, 180. But when you're at 155 for a welterweight and you have to make that weight, they're cutting weight and then immediately just going crazy the next like 2 days before the fight to gain your weight back and get some more muscle mass. But I mean, look at this guy. This guy he's a big guy. He looks He's shorter though. Jake's like 5'11", like me, and he's like 5'9". So there is a couple. Let me go on Jake's. Maybe it shows the thing. What is your prediction though?
How many rounds are you doing?
I think 8, maybe.
So 2-minute rounds probably.
No, I think it's gonna be more. It might. Hold on. It doesn't even say.
Well, if it is 8 round, 2-minute rounds, I'm gonna say Jake can make it up to the 7th round.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's gonna. It's gonna be one of the last rounds I think Jake can survive. But after that, Tyrone's gonna.
I'm gonna say
TKO.
I'm not sure how many rounds.
Which is technical knockout.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he's known for his knockouts though, Tyrone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he's not like Mayweather. Mayweather still had like 28 knockouts out of 54
but he's
or whatever.
He's known for his defense.
He's just I don't know how many rounds, but I'm just gonna say 6th round, 2 minutes in, and probably TKO. Okay, I'm gonna say TKO as well because I think a knockout is... Jake's got such a freaking big head, man. Big mouth too. Talks too much, but
he'll probably he'll hit him hard
head.
enough, and then Jake kind of will go down. But the
I think he'll stumble.
Yeah.
He'll kind of fumble his knees, and then the ref will call it. Yeah, tripping, and then do that. He's out.
And then Jake will be like, "No, that's not fair." Like,
yeah, and then
he shouldn't have done that.
And be like, "No,
the ref shouldn't have done that." Yeah.
Yeah. He ended it too early. Okay. I totally forgot about this. Did you see the Jake? Or sorry, not Jake. The YouTubers, TikTokers one.
Oh no. That wasn't worth my viewing. All I saw was everybody ranting about how the guy said he wasn't a fighter, even though he before did say he was a fighter. Only thing I did see it, and I don't really care.
When the fight's done, right, everyone's posting all the highlights, all the knockouts on YouTube. The Face Jarvis, right? You know that guy, the face gunning dude. His knockout, I think it was knockout, was actually really nice. He had a nice punch. Like, I was like, okay, for a guy that doesn't box, it's not bad. There was that other guy, Deji, right? KSI's brother. Okay. For a guy who's boxed Jake Paul and a Nissan Kid, something like that, whatever his name is, who's also fighting there. He lost to Vinny Hacker, which is this TikToker. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. He came out pretty chubby, and I was like, okay, here's another Ben Askren coming in. And then, bag of milk, as you would say. And he got clapped. And I'm like, this guy, Vinny, he's like a skinny dude, right? He's like a 6-pack, but he doesn't have like abs, like he's not super big.
Oh, okay, like it's like the kind of...
And he's just like a skinny dude, and he just beats him. Like, he had nice punches, but it's like, Deji, bro, you've been fighting for like 3 years. Like, you have the training. And he posts on Twitter before, he's like, I'm gonna shock the world. It's like,
you definitely
shocked them. He held up on his promise, but you the wrong way, bro. That was bad. And I was like, dude, how much time? It's 15, okay. Yeah, I think he's taking a break until he can sort himself out. But that was terrible. And Isan Give versus...
It's not. I don't care about some random middle-aged people who've never fought before trying to fight. You know, the only reason I watched
like 19. This guy's 19.
The only reason
this guy's 24 and you beat him.
The only reason I watch like Jake Paul or like Logan Paul versus Mayweather, like Jake Paul versus Tyrone.
Actually, seriously.
No, it's not even that. It's just I want to see them go down by actual fighters.
Yeah, but also they're actually like trying. This is like just because. The money's right because there's so many collected fans. Also, $58 for this fight apparently.
Oh, brutal.
And they were saying like 2.5 million buys. You can't get 2.5 million buys for non-fighters at $58. Like maybe at $15, but I think they had under 1 million pay-per-view buys.
Under 1 million.
And they promised Bryce Hall, which was the main card, Bryce Hall and Austin McBroom, 5 million. Just for stepping in the ring. It doesn't matter if you literally die in 10 seconds, right? And they're saying like they haven't even paid the fighters because they can't even get the money because they spent so much on production. The whole thing was terribly set up. Like compared to like Logan's like Showtime boxing, this was terribly set up.
Why? I mean, then again, the whole Logan Mayweather when it was raining, that was brutal.
Oh yeah. What the heck? Can't you figure? Why don't you consider weather, bro?
Okay, I'm gonna go a little quick rant.
On that ref when he was sweeping the ground.
I'm going a quick rant. That fight, I can excuse everything, except one thing. What was the announcer, the commentator? Bro. The whole time he made terrible jokes, just like DJ Khaled say, that's another one. Shut up!
I know, okay.
That's not even fun, or even the worst part is like, haha, like it's an ad in the middle of the S.
That is not as worse. That is not as worse.
And he says like, you heard the S stands for slippery.
Okay, we're done now. If you heard this, YouTubers boxers, holy, that was terrible.
Was it?
There was 3 guys. There's a guy named Fuzi, who's apparently a YouTuber. He's boxed before, okay? Kind of annoying, but I was like, okay. There's another guy, Keemstar. I'm like, what?
Keemstar?
I don't know. And then this lady, and it's not because she was a lady, okay? I'm not, like, sexist. She was so annoying this whole time. She's, like, a pro fighter. I don't really know if she's in UFC. I don't know what she does. But she just makes, like, she's just the worst commentator. And I was so fed up. I was like, I can't even watch these highlights anymore. Because she was so annoying. If you even heard this, I might have to pull up a clip because it was so bad.
No, the worst one was Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. The announcers were, it wasn't about announcing as much as it was just weird. Like, one of the guys was like, I hope they start kissing. Bro.
Oh, yeah, that was so funny.
Bro.
I was like, bro, dude, commentators, they're either nice or they're so bad. Oh, there's one, Lil Baby was on, Lil Baby, DJ Khaled, and Migos performed, okay?
Yeah.
That's a nice lineup. DJ Khaled, I don't know what he did. I think he just kind of, like, sat there and let his song play, and he just kind of jumped, you know? But he's, like, bouncing because he's jiggly. But Lil Baby's, like, on this thing, and this guy's talking to him. And he was like, wait, what the you just say to me? He's like, bro, I'm sorry. Cause he's like pissing him off. He's like, shut up, man.
Oh, shut up.
Let this girl talk. This was so annoying. I hate ads.
I'm excited.
Your main event.
I'm freaking out right now. I
Listen
cannot wait. There's been so much build up to this moment right now.
How do you guys feel, right? Like, you guys know these people. You know them through and through.
My heart's out of my chest right now, honestly.
Not right now, but some of the things she said, and she would go, coming from a pro fighter's perspective. She'd always say that. Because I'm a pro fighter, like yeah, exactly. Every time, I've never heard this late in my life. I was
different
like,
storyline, so much trash talk. We're gonna find out right now.
Here we go, Austin McBroom in the orange trim.
Orange fluffy trim.
Yeah, Bryce Hall in the red and black.
Austin smiling at him early.
Immediately, I like this stance of McBroom a little better.
bro. So first of all,
let me see. Look, check the names. McBroom.
McBroom. Roomba. Anyways, first of all, you can't even see Bryce's feet on the camera. And then she goes, I like Austin's stance more. So you can't even see Bryce's feet.
No, she brought the names in and she's like, I like the stance of, let me check the name. McBroom. That one.
It was bad. Anyways, Austin just clapped him. Like, Bryce was bleeding, man. He cut the fight. He's like, bro, you're done. He was like, Austin was kind of nuts, though.
It's not worth my time.
Boom, boom, like 5 shots. And Bryce was like, and then he ended. He was like, what? I was like, dude.
Okay, if you're somebody who bought the TikTok fight,
that was a waste of money.
That was a waste of money. If you want to see actual fights, go to actual boxing league or
watch
UFC.
Like 264.
They're so much more interesting. They're so much more fun to watch.
Yeah, like UFC 264 right now. So, what was 263 again? It was, I can't remember. 262 was the one that we covered last time. It was, oh my gosh. The other two crazy people.
The guys.
Kamaru Usman versus
Jorge
Masvidal, who got clapped by Ben Askren. Okay, that was nuts. I think that was 262 or 261, whatever. So, where is it? So 264, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. So obviously everyone knows Conor McGregor. Most people know Dustin. I'm just trying to see this guy. This was the guy who was chirping at Jake Paul, I think, to fight. Yeah, there is. So, Dustin has... Okay, so the last fight was against Conor. Dustin won by TKO in round 2, 232 in. and UFC 257. Okay. So there's been 7 more. So this is since 7 UFCs. Another main event, obviously main card. So they're both 32 years old, same height, exactly same weight, and reaches. Oh. What? It's 5.1 centimeters reach. Conor has more on him. Even though they're the same height and weight and everything.
Just longer arms.
But Conor has, what's his score? So Dustin's 27 to 6-0, and Conor's 22 to 5-0. So he is less wins, and then one less tie. But
the thing with Conor, he kind of fell off after Mayweather.
Actually, no, Conor. Sorry, he has no losses, but Dustin's had more fights.
Conor McGregor kind of fell off after Mayweather clapped him. Like, you kind of saw a spike in losses right after that.
Yeah, I know. Didn't he lose 2 in a row or something? Well,
yeah.
He lost to Dustin, and then I think the one before that he lost. So
last time, did I talk about how Eddie Hall called out Jake Paul?
I think we did last time.
All right, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for. I know it's kind of weird watching 2 older people fight, but the Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield fight coming up. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. That was actually sick. Maybe he bites his right ear instead of his left this time or something. What are your predictions for Dustin and Conor?
Bro, I'm sorry, Conor, but Dustin's
I'm not buying
gonna win
this fight, but I'll watch the highlights after.
Yeah, same. Conor's gonna. Dustin's gonna win. I'm gonna say 3rd round.
I'm gonna say, because if Conor lost 2 in a row, I think he lost another one. I'm gonna say he comes back in the 3rd and beats him in the 4th round, 3 minutes in. Because they do 5. No, I think they do 5 rounds, 5-minute rounds.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
25 minutes of fighting. That's
3rd
a lot,
round,
especially for UFC.
3rd round, 3 minutes in. I'm gonna say Dustin wins.
Okay.
I'm gonna say by knockout.
Well,
yeah.
We'll see what happens when I think that is tomorrow. UFC 264.
Unless Dustin gets him to tap out.
Oh, like in a choke or something?
Yeah.
I think it's happening tomorrow. I think it's always Friday nights.
Is it?
July 10th. Oh, Saturday. Okay.
Saturday. Okay, that'd be fun to watch.
T-Mobile Arena, so Vegas. Cool. That's gonna be kind of crazy.
Cool.
Do we have any more? Oh yeah, so UFC signed a $175 million 10-year contract with Crypto.com, right? Just overall crypto, I think. So now every single fighter, starting with Conor on the 10th, will have crypto as their sponsor on their shorts.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think that the news was saying that's the biggest contract they've ever signed with a company. So maybe you would actually pay your fighters a good wage.
Pay them in cryptocurrency?
Well, no, but pay them with the money you're just making over the next 10 years because...
I mean, you already make really good money fighting.
No, they don't, dude. That's the problem. That's $17.5 million a year. I think you'd pay your, No, that's the thing. Jake Paul has been trying.
$17 million a year isn't good to you.
$17.5 million is what they make a contract for that year. That's not to the fighters though. No, Conor McGregor is the highest paid fighter in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is. Sorry, not even fighter. Athlete, I think it is in the world.
Oh,
right now. But Jake Paul has been saying this on Instagram. I don't know why he cares that much because it's not his sport, but I think he wants to bring people over to boxing because they don't get paid a lot. Like this one lady, one of the best, a fighter, let's say UFC fighter, had to GoFundMe to pay just her rent.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't get paid well. Jake's been trying to do this for 5 months, and so Jake donated $5,000 to her or whatever. And he's been snapping at Dana White because he's not paying his fighters well besides Conor, but that's a little different because when he did the boxing he made $100 million.
Yeah.
Right? So once you do that you don't really need more. And Mayweather made 300 and then off that one because he beat him. And he made apparently $100 million off Logan. And Logan made 20, which I think Jake made 20 over the last 3 and Logan made it just off 1.
They don't look like they're paid that bad. I guess I'm looking at Mayweather because before the fight, you just see him.
Well, boxing they make a lot, but UFC they don't.
his highlight reel of all of his cars and all his giant house.
Yeah, I remember that.
His own like strip joint.
Oh yeah, his own strip club. He's a rollerblading club with his tights. He's like 50. No, he does all black cars in Vegas, I think, and all white in LA or something like that.
That's so funny.
But no, boxing, they definitely get paid like 2 to 3 times more than UFC. In UFC, like they're struggling to pay rent for how much time they spend in the gym and, grinding to get better.
Is there more UFC fighters?
I think it's Dana. Because he's like the president, so he decides who distributes. I think his bookkeepers, his accountants, his payroll people, all that stuff. So I think Jake's yelling at him and telling people.
He also is the manager of a lot of fighters.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure, but they definitely don't get paid as much. Obviously, they're gonna make a good amount with Connor here, and same with, because it's the main card and because it's arguably the best UFC fighter. Blah blah blah. Actually, there's a lot, but
arguably
for that weight class. Sorry, for that weight class. Do I have anything else on box or in fighting, or is that it? I think that's it.
That's it.
Perfect timing. Thing's about to die. Okay.
Thanks for watching.
That was MZ number 6. The next 2 episodes will be bi-weekly. So this week we'll have one. Or, yes. Whenever you're watching this, then the next week there'll be another one. And yes, this was the boxing one. And then next week you will see, which is what we're going to film in like 10 seconds, the regular just news podcast talking about life or whatever. So, thanks for watching the boxing one.
If you enjoy, please consider liking, subscribing, and turn on notifications so you can get a reminder.
Notified for next week, because you won't know which day. But yeah, okay.
Peace. See ya.